What's up, guys? We are back with another NFL Aura tier list. A few days ago, we did the current quarterback Aura tier list, and we just have the. I don't know if this is really all time, but some of the more popular all time quarterbacks. We're just gonna be grading their Aura. It's pretty self-explanatory. We got maximum Aura, a lot of Aura. Um, I misspelled that. Don't mind me. Some Aura, very little Aura, and I mean absolutely no Aura. So why don't we just get right into it? So we're gonna start off with Brett Favre here, and while I do think he had a lot of aura on the field, I feel like off the field, him funneling money and scamming a lot of people and laundering funds, that just doesn't really scream aura to me. So I'm gonna say he has some aura. Um, Drew Brees doesn't have a lot of aura, in my opinion, but I know a lot of people think he does, so I'm gonna put him up here. Eli Manning's got hella aura. I don't know if he has max aura because he was never really good in the regular season, so for his postseason successes, I'm going to give him a lot of aura. Jay Cutler had maximum aura. There's a reason they called him Smoking Jay, and there was a reason why he was smoking cigarettes on the sideline in between possessions, so that's max aura. Anyone who smokes cigarettes during a fucking NFL game has aura. Carson Palmer has absolutely zero aura. I've never really understood. I never watched him back in the day in Cincinnati. I don't think I was really old enough to have watched him, but even in Arizona, I didn't really like him at all. Stafford's got a hella aura. Playing in Detroit for that long, even though they're good now, playing in that version of Detroit for so long and being able to withstand and deal with that for like 10 years straight, that's aura as fuck. Cam Newton's another case. I'm gonna put him here with Brett Favre because I think on the field he had a lot of fucking aura, especially the way he played. I think he revolutionized the quarterback running game almost as much as like Michael Vick did and a few of those other guys did. But he's so obnoxious off the field. Like I literally cannot stand his takes. And he's also the reason that we start slinging the term game manager around. I'm gonna say Tony Romo has a lot of aura. He again, it's kind of like a similar case with Stafford, but not to as much of a degree. Specifically early on in his career, he had to deal with so much bullshit, and to still be really good through those horrible teams, that's aura. I don't really think Matt Ryan had that much aura. I mean, he got to a Super Bowl, but he choked it away. So I don't know. I mean, I would put his aura levels a lot higher if he actually hadn't, if he didn't contribute to a choked Super Bowl, because so also the reason why he's not a Hall of Famer. Maybe I'll do that. That sounds fun. A Hall of Fame rating. Nick Foles has max aura. This dude literally, he hadn't played more than maybe 7-8 games since 2013. Comes in a few years later for injured Carson Wentz, and then he immediately goes and wins a Super Bowl as a backup quarterback. I don't think that's ever been done before. I mean, I might have to get fact checked on that, but I don't think that's ever been done. So next up we have Joe Montana. I'm gonna say he's got a lot of aura. I mean, I feel like if you ask anyone over the age of like 45 who the best NFL quarterback of all time was, they'd probably say Joe Montana, most likely. Brady definitely had a lot of aura, but that's mainly because that's kind of what winning 7 Super Bowls will do, especially when he left New England and immediately won a Super Bowl in Tampa. I mean, he didn't beat Eli in the Super Bowl or Nick Foles, but he still got hella aura. Steve Young, I don't feel like had as much aura. I just don't really think he was like. I mean, he won a Super Bowl, I think, but most of his Super Bowls on his accolade are mostly just piggybacking off of Joe Montana. So you don't really see discussions about Steve Young as a top 10 quarterback or a top 15 or whatever. Mahomes doesn't. I don't actually remember what I said about him last time. I'm just putting him here because he already is an all-time quarterback. So I'll say he has some aura. Oof, Jesus Christ. I don't know. Raping someone is very, very bad for aura. Troy Aikman, I don't think had that much aura either. That Cowboys team was absolutely stacked. I think Aaron Rodgers has a good bit of aura. Not really now, but maybe back then he did. I like Alex Smith a lot, but he has like no fucking aura whatsoever. I'm gonna say I'll give him credit for what he did, and you know, when he got his leg squashed and he came back from that, I'll give him credit. So maybe I'll move him up to a little bit of aura. I just don't like, just throughout the years when I had watched him, I just didn't really ever get the idea that he had aura surrounding him. Granted, I didn't know what that meant back then because that wasn't a term. Andrew Luck had hella aura, kind of for a similar reason as like Stafford or who's the other one? Tony Romo. For a similar reason. But this dude was fucking generational when he was playing. And for that reason, even though he didn't win a Super Bowl, unfortunately, but he's been to some championship games, you know, I would say it's alright. Got Phillip Rivers here, and I'm gonna say very little aura. That's because he always talks shit. And also because he probably has more kids than Pro Bowls. I think that's I think that's true actually. So don't have much to say there. Fitzpatrick had a lot of aura. Even though he wasn't really that good on the field, the fact that this dude was just hopping from team to team and still putting up numbers, that's aura. Always found his way back to the bench, but that's aura. Kurt Warner had max fucking aura. Just it's mainly his come up story. I have to respect that. The dude is playing in an arena football league and then immediately, you know, he goes to the Rams, wins a Super Bowl. That's fucking aura, bro. And then goes to another Super Bowl with the Cardinals. Yeah, that's aura. Dan Marino, I'm actually gonna make. I don't know. I kind of want to make another tier, but he's definitely a max aura because he still holds to this day most of like the major passing records. Not like number one, but he holds a lot of like. He holds a lot of passing records, and he's still like top 5, top 10 in the like major ones like passing yards, passing touchdowns, and all that. Peyton Manning had quite a bit of aura. I mean, anyone who has the nickname like the Sheriff, I mean that's aura, but also just because of what he did. I mean, dude won 5 MVPs, went to 15 Pro Bowls. I think he might have the most Pro Bowls out of any quarterback in the NFL, but someone's got to fact check me on that. Ooh, Michael Vick. I don't know. You know, again, it's in this same category. A lot of aura on the field. This is the guy who revolutionized the run game for quarterbacks, but abusing dogs is not cool. So I think Donovan McNabb had a lot of aura, especially for Eagles fans back in the day. I was a little too young to have watched him in his prime, but I do remember watching him on. I think it was the Redskins, maybe the Vikings. I don't remember. It was either the Vikings or the Redskins. I do remember watching him when I was little. And even then, I thought he was fucking cool as shit. And John Elway, I'd say he's got some aura. I don't really know shit about John Elway. He won multiple Super Bowls, so that's about all I got. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I'm done with tier lists for right now, because if I'm ranking people on aura, then that means we're very balls deep in the off season. So hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.